Why has it taken so long for Jamaica to become a republic? That is, to remove the British monarch as the king or queen of Jamaica 62 years after independence. Why do Jamaicans, whose ancestors fought fiercely for their freedom, remain tethered to the very empire that once enslaved them? This is a question that puzzles many Jamaica analysts. Law professor Stephen Vaschiani has suggested that the decision to retain the monarchy at independence was partly due to the popularity of the royal family amongst Jamaicans and Anglophilia, which is the love for all things British by Jamaica's political elite. Now, this is truly surprising for a country with a long and proud history of celebrating its African roots, including the globally popular Rastafarian religion and reggae music. Perhaps reggae icon Bob Marley's call to, and I quote, "emancipate yourself from mental slavery," is an apt message for those Jamaicans unwilling to break their umbilical cord with Britain. After the appalling treatment that the Windrush generation of Jamaicans who migrated to Britain in the 1950s and 1960s due to a labor shortage received, there should be even less incentive to maintain this bond. But finally, it appears that Jamaica is on track to remove King Charles III as its head of state by 2025. Jamaica's Foreign Minister Orlando Terlonge recently stated that, and I quote, "We remain hopeful that by 2025 we would have completed reforms and removed the British monarch as the head of our democracy," he said. This sentiment reflects the deep-rooted desire of many Jamaicans to finally sever the last remaining colonial ties and embrace a republic that truly represents the aspirations and identity of its people. For centuries, Jamaica has been entangled in the web of British colonialism. In 1655, a British expedition seized the island from Spain, and Jamaica soon became one of Britain's most valuable colonies, built on the backs of an estimated 600,000 enslaved Africans. The legacy of this brutal history lingers in every aspect of Jamaica's society, from the economic inequalities rooted in the plantation system to the psychological scars of generations oppressed under colonial rule. The notion that the British monarch, a distant figurehead, still holds the title of Jamaica's head of state is for many a painful reminder of this past. The current King Charles III, who ascended to the throne in 2022, represents an institution that has long outlived its relevance in the eyes of those yearning for true independence in Jamaica. The Governor General, who acts as the King's representative in Jamaica, still holds significant powers, from appointing ministers and judges to giving royal assent to legislation. This archaic system is a stark contrast to the vibrant, resilient spirit of the Jamaican people who have fought for every inch of their freedom. The journey to republicanism is not new. Since the 1970s, debates about replacing the monarchy with a republic has ebbed and flowed through Jamaica's political landscape. Yet, the move towards a republic has often been sabotaged by a combination of political caution, nostalgia for the familiar, and perhaps a lingering sense of Anglophilia among certain segments of the political elite. When Jamaica gained independence in 1962, the idea of becoming a republic was on the table, but it was dismissed, perhaps too quickly, by leaders who were reluctant to break away from their former colonial masters. Norman Manley, one of the architects of Jamaica's independence, made this astonishing statement at independence, and I quote, "Let us not make the mistake of describing as colonial institutions which are part and parcel of the heritage of this country. But for many Jamaicans today, these institutions represent not heritage, but the residue of a colonial past that should have been discarded long ago. As the calls for republicanism grow louder, particularly in the wake of Barbados' decision to remove the Queen as head of state in 2021, there is a palpable sense of urgency in Jamaica. Opinion polls indicate a shift in public opinion, with support for becoming a republic climbing to 59% in 2022. This momentum is bolstered by the frustrations of a younger generation who see the monarchy not as a protector of their rights, but as an irrelevant vestige of colonial domination. Jamaica's foreign minister, reflecting on the need for change, poignantly stated that, and I quote, "We owe it to our ancestors who fought and died so that we could be free, for Jamaica to now walk as truly liberated and independent." His words capture the essence of what is at stake: the ability of every Jamaican to aspire to the highest office in the land without swearing allegiance to a foreign king or queen. The 2022 visit of Prince William and Kate Middleton to Jamaica, marred by protests and demands for reparations for slavery, underscored the growing discontent with the status quo. One protester sign stated bravely that, and I quote, "Kings, queens, and princesses and princes belong in fairy tales, not in Jamaica." Jamaica's struggle for true independence is a story of extraordinary resilience, courage, and an unyielding desire for true self-determination. As the island nation looks ahead to 2022, there is hope that Jamaica will finally cast off the last vestiges of its colonial past and stand tall as a republic that honors the sacrifices of its ancestors and inspires future generations to dream without limits. Thank you for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. So, what do you think about Jamaica's journey to becoming a republic? Please leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth videos about Africa and her global diaspora. Thank you.